on your heart, with fear gathering tears behind your eyes. President Jammeh, dinala sopandik sa tar, dinala topandik sa war, dinala roindik sa jambar, dinala feja sa iriri sabar, dinala bakondik sa mba, dinala magaldik sa dine, te dinala sargaldik sa teranga.
Abdunjai, GRCS.
The Minister of Fisheries and Water Resources and the new FAO country representative have concluded a day-long tour of fish ponds and hatcheries in Sapo Central River region. Their visit provided the two officials and their teams the opportunity to assess the level of work at the project site. Ominjai went along and she filed in this report.
Security and food self-sufficiency is one of the Gambia government's Vision 2020 goals. The Fisheries Ministry has always been a key player in ensuring that these goals are met, and it is against this backdrop the Fisheries Minister took the initiative of inviting the new FAO representative to the fish ponds at Sapo in the Central River region for her to obtain first-hand information on the work fish farmers are doing while trying to figure out how best to help them maintain the fish ponds. Fish is a very important nutrient, not only for food security, but for income generation as well. Proper harnessing of fish farming can help transform rural communities as well as fisher folks in overcoming poverty. The Gambia government, through its Fisheries Ministry, has been rendering support to fish farmers, despite many of them still battling challenges.
Our constraint now is, we've been stuck with 200 more students to take care of for the rest of the period. Of course, the budget is not high. We have much part of the materials. It's all about funding of logistics, which hopefully I will send to the office to tell you what the requirements are and a request for assistance for that.
And we still feel that this capacity of this hatchery needs still another farm somewhere. So we are establishing a farm near Banjul so that the fingerlings can come and be supplied to those farms too. Because the capacity, tilapia is very prolific. They can reproduce a lot of fingerlings, so it's very, very easy to get their fingerlings. So now
the president of the Fish Farmers Association in the Central River region expressed gratitude to the FAO office, stating that the UN body has been supportive of the fishing community in the area since inception. He also appealed on behalf of the association for more assistance from the FAO in order to maintain the fish ponds.
We are happy that FAO is now putting their hand through to the farmers, because they have brought a new officer which that is willingly to help the women, men, and feeding also like food affairs. So we are fully happy for that office also.
The fish ponds are maintained by the fish farmers and they produce different fish species which after harvesting are sold in the market.
I'm really, really impressed. The thing that makes me the happiest is to see that the communities themselves are managing these ponds and are managing to get something from the ponds and are able to sustain it even after the end of foreign intervention. After the intervention of FAO, after the intervention of the Taiwanese, the communities themselves have taken it upon themselves. They have the capacity, the skill, the willingness and the commitment to do it all. Working together with the Fisheries Department, as I said earlier, on mapping out the specific interventions that FAO and the Ministry of Fisheries will be collaborating on. Certainly, we will look at all the different requests, and together, we FAO do not make the decisions independently, but together, depending on what the ministry tells us is the priority, we will make sure that we look at our resources and see what we can do, but also, more importantly, is to speak to other stakeholders who may be interested in supporting the sector to come together to do all that needs to be done.
Hopes are high that with the intervention of the Food and Agricultural Organization, these fish ponds will be in a better shape and provide the farming community with a viable means of earning better living standards. Uminjai, GRTS.
After setting up a permanent home in the Gambia, members of the bush homeopaths of the Gambia are in the process of widening their coverage in the country. Their team recently provided much-needed natural treatment for patients in the villages of Manduar and Bajagar. Babuka Sengo reports.
Having set up, served and supervised a project that is helping improve lives in communities, members of the bush homeopaths of the Gambia are back in the country. The latest visit provided the group renowned for natural treatment the opportunity to offer free treatment to people in the villages of Manduar and Bajagar in Fonyi. The steps taken to ensure the bush homeopaths improve on their area of coverage have seen the group embark on even bigger projects. The construction of a home for natural treatment in the village of Manduar, and this project has reached the closing stages with the near completion of the construction project. This success is set to inject new belief in homeopathic treatment in the country and also help improve and widen the coverage of the project undertaken by this humanitarian group. No wonder beneficiaries are hailing the successes of the bush homeopaths in helping communities deal with their health issues.
First, I would like to thank the government for the laudable initiative he has in his own village, Mandua, because it's through his initiative and encouragement we are able to have these very good people in the community. And definitely, what they have brought to us, or are bringing for us, is, I think, is one of the most important area of development as far as life is concerned. Because whatsoever one can do in the absence of health, nothing will be possible. A healthy person, a healthy community is a healthy nation.
Next stop for the charity, according to members, is to build a critical core of well-trained Gambians who will be in a position to help in providing treatment for patients. It is a well-timed intervention that has contributed immensely in improving the health status of Gambians. For Grts News, this is Babukar Senghor.
Well, we will be back with news from outside the Gambia after this break.
When you're thinking of a property partner, think Universal Properties. Universal Properties is the leading real estate developing agent in the Gambia. Universal Properties prides itself with experience in the property business. Our properties are well located in areas such as Brufut, Sukuta, Lamin Kerawan and Tanji, close to the Camel Safari and opposite the river. The properties have all access to good road networks, electricity supply and water. Our payment terms are flexible and prices affordable.
This is Universal Properties. We urge all Gambians to come on board. We are reliable, reasonable and cheap because we want to make home affordable to every Gambian.
Visit Universal Properties today on FIB building along the Keraba Avenue. Universal Properties, the most experienced real estate company in the Gambia.
Welcome back, and over now to news beyond our borders. Senegalese President Macky Sall has met members of the country's fishing community. This is the first public audience between President Sall and members of the fishing sector. Addressing a large crowd in one of Senegal's largest fishing communities, President Sall vowed to protect his country's fishing resources. We have details in this report.
Time in Senegal, the president held a public audience with people working in the fishing sector. The audience was held in Kayar, Senegal's third largest fishing port. President Macky Sall announced a number of measures to protect Senegal's fishing. I want to reassure you that important measures are being taken to reinforce the means at the Navy's disposal so that surveillance of fishing along the coast and in Senegal's territorial waters can be stepped up. These initiatives also freeze fishing licenses for industrial fishing boats that target fish resources along the coast. 12 associations representing hundreds of fishermen spoke with President Macky Sall about the difficulties they face due to unregulated, undeclared, illegal fishing. There is a new wave of illegal fishing, and once we see this in our waters, we know there is big money behind this. Our battle is not directed against other countries or other nations.